Nooses in northeast Louisiana are making headlines once again. This time, nooses were hung at an elementary school during an outdoor class discussion about the genus 6. TVH Jennifer Townley reports during the demonstration, the teacher slipped a noose around the heads of kindergartners and first graders.
These pictures were taken during a class demonstration at the Grambling University-run Alma J. Brown Elementary School. The teacher is showing kindergartners and first graders how a noose works. School officials say it was part of a lesson on the civil rights movement and the genus 6. The genus 6 are 6 black teenagers originally charged with attempted murder for attacking a white classmate last year, just a few months after 3 white students hung nooses from a tree at Gina High School. But following an investigation, the United States Attorney's Office says there's no connection between the nooses and the schoolyard attack. This demonstration was performed on September 20th, the same day that thousands marched on Gina in support of the genus 6. Grambling Vice President Robert Dixon says the students seen in these pictures were involved in an unplanned and undocumented lesson concerning the genus 6. Dixon says the teacher, whose name is not being disclosed, deviated from her approved lesson plans. Dixon says deviations from the lesson plans must be approved before taught in the classroom. School leaders are investigating whether the materials used during this lesson, including nooses, shackles, and handcuffs, were age appropriate. Parent Charles Harris has 2 teenagers at the high school.
I feel as though it's important for our children to be educated, but I don't think at that age that in the illustration and using a person in illustration, I'm not too fond of that. But it is important that they understand history, and but I just feel like it may be a little bit better way to present it.
Meanwhile, parent John Waha says his daughter was in this first grade class and knows the teacher who taught the lesson and doesn't see a problem with what has taken place. He says the teacher, who has not been publicly identified, likes to use demonstrations in her lesson plans. The little girl with the noose around her neck is the teacher's own granddaughter. Waha says his daughter came home from school that day and told him about the demonstration.
She talked about how that black people used to be slaves and they used to hang them with a rope. So, I mean, the point was driven home clearly, and that's what the teacher was trying to show.
Waha says he doesn't think his daughter will have problems after seeing the demonstration because she already is being taught the difference between right and wrong. The Grambling State University newspaper, The Gramblingite, first reported the presentation and published these pictures. Grambling University's president ordered the newspaper to remove the pictures from the website. Vice President Robert Dixon says the paper isn't being censored for covering the story, but says media is not allowed on school grounds unless it's approved ahead of time. In Grambling, Jennifer Townley, TV8 News.